The last and final objective that I have in this presentation is for each one of us to do what Elijah invited the people on Mount Carmel, and that is to contrast the two, God and the devil, and make a choice. In other words, we are looking at the Prince of Light, Christ, and the Prince of Darkness, so we may choose our master based on the knowledge of their character. The Prince of Darkness is here, and this is all he produces is destruction. Prince of Light, just think of what when he says, I have all power, what does he do with power in marriage? Reunites marriages, reunites kids, reunites. But when this prince is given power, think of what happens when he has in Job's situation. He fractures marriages, he kills kids, he destroys wealth. And Christ says this right here in John chapter 10:10. The thief, the devil, comes not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Elijah's message in 1 Kings chapter 18 verse 21 says, And Elijah came unto all the people, God's people, and said, How long halt you between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him, but if the devil, then follow him, implying what Christ said in Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one, love the other, or he will hold to the one and despise the other. So in conclusion, I have this appeal to each person who's watching this. The last few years, since February of 2009, when I first gave this presentation, it's becoming more and more obvious in my mind that every person who has ever been married and everyone who's not currently married has at their earliest times been developing what I call a spouse checklist. In other words, let's just say that there were 3 things that you were looking for in a spouse. When you were a child, perhaps you saw your parents do very well with finances, and you made a mental note, consciously or unconsciously, when I have a spouse, that's what I want. I want that spouse to do finances like mom and dad. Or perhaps they didn't do certain other things well, and so you made a mental note, I really don't want that in my spouse. The point is you're developing a spouse checklist so that when you get to your dating period, if you're not just taking up time, what you're actually doing is you're seeing a revelation of the character of the potential mate and checking that against the spouse checklist. And in this illustration, if there's but 3 things you're looking for, you as the guy are not ready to pop the question to propose until all 3 are met as revealed in the character on those dates. And if you're the woman, you're not ready to say yes until all 3 of those ideas or needs are met in the spouse. So in this presentation, Daniel 2 and the plan of redemption, my goal is to so contrast with the feeble efforts that this form of clay can do with God's power and help, is to show you the contrast between Christ and the devil and show you, hopefully, that he is the best one. He's Prince Charming. In fact, this one right here can help Enoch not die, but live forever, no wrinkles, because Enoch allowed Christ to help him become like Christ, meaning live for him and submit to God in all things. So thank you for beginning this process, and I hope by God's grace that you will see Daniel 2 in a new way, in the light of the great controversy, with an understanding of the simple plan of redemption, the next part, with full assurance of your salvation. God bless.